Hi there, my name is Kat and you are watching my YouTube channel, Hey Catalina. Today, I'm here to do the first ever episode of one of my weekly features, I Want That Wednesday. What is I Want That Wednesday, since this is the first episode? I Want That Wednesday is a feature where each week I will attempt to find new and interesting things that I either want to own or experience, and I will share them with you guys. Because that way, maybe you guys will find something new and exciting that you would like to check out. On top of that, I would also encourage others to do an I Want That Wednesday. You can either do a video in response to mine, or you can just leave things that you are excited about this week, things that have popped into your head that you either, again, want or want to experience in the comments, so that I can hear what you guys are interested in, because that might give me new ideas. Anyway, now that you've got some idea of what I Want That Wednesday is, let's get started. The first item on my list this week is a CD, and that CD is American Beauty, American Psycho by Fall Out Boy. Now, I had never actually heard of Fall Out Boy until about 2, maybe 3 weeks ago, when I saw a review for this album over on ARTV. And since I was interested in what was being said about the album, I decided to go onto YouTube and I looked them up, and I found some of the songs from the album were on one of their channels so that I could hear them. And I got really into some of the songs. I really liked the song American Beauty, American Psycho, and I really liked the song Uma Thurman. So if I like a couple of the songs on the album, and I mean, I've listened to a few others and like those as well, but the two I just listed are two that I really like, then it only stands to reason that picking up the album and checking it out in full might be something that would be worthwhile. The next item on my list is the TV show American Horror Story. Now, when I was at Walmart the other day looking around, I was looking to see whether I would be able to get the first season of this. Unfortunately, they only had the third season available. Now, they wanted $40 for it, which wasn't bad, but I didn't buy it because I'm not certain with the way it's set up whether it's something you can watch out of order or whether it actually makes sense to watch it in sequential order. I really am not sure. So any of you who know more about this and who have been like rabidly telling people to watch this, if you would like to comment and let me know, that would be awesome, because I can go ahead and order the first season off Amazon. I believe it's like $15 to $20, which isn't bad at all for a first season of something. But I just wanted to know, with the fact that it's done in an anthology format, whether sequence was still important as it would be in a normal show, or whether it isn't. The next item on my list, and this is one where some of you are probably going to look at me and go, oh my god, why haven't you ordered that yet? Is whether or not I want to get Horror Block. Now, the overall quality that I have seen from Horror Block looks totally excellent. So in that regard, it has really drawn my attention immediately. However, I am admittedly an absolute horror novice. I know like little and next to nothing about this genre. I am just beginning to look into the possibility of checking it out and getting ready to do that. So I'm not sure whether I want to rush ahead and do that or not. Of course, the catch for me is that since I am interested in American Horror Story, as I was just talking about, and I'm looking into getting into that, that is one of the things that seems like it's going to be on a t-shirt this month coming up. Plus, and I actually kind of went and looked this up when I saw this on the Horror Block ad. Apparently they're going to have something called a Living Dead doll. And when I went and looked those up, I am now obsessed. I love weird, creepy dolls. And these are definitely something that fit the bill. They are a lot darker and a lot more menacing than my Monster High dolls, but I still found, I think it was 4 that really stand out to me that I really want, and I will be talking about those. But apparently there's going to be something Living Dead dolls related in this box, and it's going to be a Horror Block exclusive. So I'm like, I need this. I really want this, but oh my goodness, should I really get it? So I'm really kind of torn, and I would definitely like some feedback on that. So yeah, what do you think? I'm a horror novice. Should I get this month's Horror Block, or should I wait and get it once I understand horror better? Opinions totally welcome. I've heard some of you guys talking about Kingdom Hearts because it kind of comes up because when you're talking Funko Pops or you're talking about other things, I mean, Disney is a huge, huge, huge thing, so Kingdom Hearts gets put in there, and also gaming and geeky collectible stuff tend to go hand in hand. I mean, they do for me at least, so it's not surprising from that angle that Kingdom Hearts gets brought up either. So I figured that since I don't have a working PS2 anymore, that getting the 2 updated remakes that were made for the PS3 might be something that I would be interested in doing, because I haven't completed those 2 games, and I'm going to assume that I would like to have those done before Kingdom Hearts 3 comes out, whenever that might be. This century? Next century? We'll have to wait and see. But still, I would like to be prepared. I'm curious, has anyone else bought the updated versions? Are they any good? Do you think that I would be making a wise decision picking up the updated versions, or do you think I'd be wasting my money? Opinions, again, totally wanted. And now we're back to talking about Living Dead dolls, and I thought I would just list the ones, and I'm going to, in between each of these names, pop a picture for you guys to see the dolls in question. I thought that I would list the names of the dolls that I am interested in potentially getting. And those dolls are as follows. I want Pestilence from the 4 Horsemen collection, because I am obsessed with anything to do with the 4 Horsemen of the Apocalypse. The overall mythology of that plays a massive role in my novel, and I did take my own liberties with it and everything, but I've read tons of other works that tie that in because I wanted to be aware of what other authors have done. So when I saw these dolls, I was really drawn to them, and of the 4, Pestilence is the one that really, as a character in most fiction, usually is the one I find the most interesting. So the doll design for that one is really awesome, and as I said, it's my favorite of the 4 Horsemen, so I figured, hey, that's one that I definitely would like to check out. The next doll that I'm interested in checking out is Lammis. She is one of the dolls from the set they did that kind of paid tribute to the Sabbats, which are pagan holidays. I studied paganism for probably 5 to 7 years, from my late teens into my mid-20s, and there are 2 reasons I'm interested in getting Lammis. One is that I think the doll is really pretty and I love her overall design, and 2 is that the date that I got my first book on Wicca actually fell on the date of this holiday. So I think she would be an interesting symbolic nod to my past, and I like the doll, so she ended up on my list. The next doll that I'm thinking of getting is Baltaine, and she is from the same set as Lammis. And I could be totally butchering these names just for what it's worth, because while I did study this stuff extensively, I did not interact with a lot of people who did. So my pronunciations could be really awful. Just pointing that out. And there are 2 reasons that I would really like to get her. First off, of the dolls that I'm looking at, she is tied with the last one I'm going to be listing in terms of which ones I think are the most really cool looking, gorgeous, memorable, whatever word you want to use to describe them. And she is actually a doll that kind of puts me in mind of one of the characters from my novel, whose name is Isabel, but she is actually a fire deity. And with the coloration and everything of this doll, it put me in mind of her. And it's kind of funny because the character from my book, Isabel, ends up with the character who is essentially Pestilence. So I thought that was kind of amusing. I thought of putting them together just for my own personal humor. But I really do like that doll and I would like to get it. The last doll that I'm interested in is Hayes. And she's from the Sweet 16 set that they put out. I think that's set number 28. And the reason that I would like to get Hayes, there are a couple. First off, she kind of looks like a sort of an evil, twisted version of Catalina, you know, my avatar for this channel. So I thought that was kind of funny. And while, I mean, I've got both my hands, the symbolism of the hook, because this hand doesn't have all the function and everything, and like Catalina is kind of like a alter version of me, and this is almost like an alter version of her, made me sort of feel like I would really like to get that doll because I think it would kind of have personal ties and I would enjoy having that in my collection. So yeah, those are kind of pricey. They range, I think the least expensive is Llamas. I think she's 30. I think that I saw Hayes for 45. Pestilence I think was 35. And Beltane is definitely the most expensive. I think she's like $55 to $80 depending on which seller I'm talking about. And all my information here is coming from Amazon, just to be clear. So I won't be getting those right away or anything, but they are on my radar, and I would definitely love to get one of them.